Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Buddy, I'm doing all right, man. How about you?
I am doing great.
Good, good.
I am doing great. Considering, but I'm doing good.
Good.
One moment. Good morning, Jubilant Careers. That's on. Can you see that? You should see it now. Go to comments.
Yep, I'm switching. Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
So you're getting the YouTube stuff.
Nice.
Good morning. All right. Hey, let's give a plug to Jubilant Careers. If you guys are looking for a career, you're looking to level up, you hate your JOB, you want another one before you go pro, go to Jubilant Careers. Plus, there's an education center there. Okay, so go to jubilantcareers.com. Can I bring that on? Yeah, of course I can.
Yeah.
So jubilantcareers.com. So go to Jubilant Careers and they will help you find that incredible job that you're looking for, or career, I should say, not job. You never want a job. You want a career or
right.
You want to go pro. Career or pro.
That's right. Nope.
The reason why I say that is career is more of a passion.
Well, it's more fulfilling than a job. A job is just a paycheck. A career is a path in life.
What you need to do to pay.
Right. No, 100%.
All right. So one moment. Let me take that out. And that is John. John, welcome. I'm assuming it's John. Could be somebody on his team. And let's do this. All right. Okay, today we're going to talk about focus and a few other things regarding focus, time management type stuff. And I love this because one of the gentlemen that's in my group, I'm going to turn this down a little bit. One moment. One of the people that are in my group talks about this often. And why do I want to bring this up? And by the way, if I ever talk about money, we're not all about money, folks. Money is a report card. Money is a tool to do the things, to make a movement, to fund charities, to make a change, a difference in this world. That's what money does.
You're right. And if you listen to us, it's being able to live the quality of life that you want to do and do the things that you want to do when you want to do them. It's not about the Lamborghini sitting in the driveway. It's about experiences and being able to do things.
Exactly. By the way, I'm looking pretty orange. I got to stay out of the tanning bed. Now, I'm not a big guy. My wife and I in April at some point might be going. Last year when we saw my son and my grandchildren, we got fried. I'm one of these guys that don't wear sunscreen. I probably should. I don't worry about the skin thing because it doesn't run in my family. Maybe that's... Anyways, I just don't do it.
Right.
I believe in my kids doing it. I'm not a big sunscreen fan. Anyways, not to get on that subject. But yeah, I just needed that so that if we do this, that we, right now I'm getting so busy, I don't know if we can pull it off. But if we do, then I'm not going to get fried like I did last year. We love our Wilmington, North Carolina, Carolina Beach, and we'll probably be there for a day with the grandkids if we do that. But anyways, that being said, for those that want to break into my property, we got that covered with the po-po. So you may not want to do that. I always tell people, never say you're going to go on vacation.
That's right.
So just that, I just wanted to say that because I made that mistake. Boom. Focus. We're going to talk about focus. By the way, if you have any questions or comments, say hi. Feel free to join. We'll bring you across the screen as well. So the reason why I want to talk about focus today is we are in what? Week what?
11?
Yeah, we are in a week 11. One moment. I'm having a little difficulty here. What's going on? We are in a week 11, and today we're going to talk about focus, how to get the best out of your life, how to stop overwhelm, frustration, depression, anxiety. This is probably causing the most focus problem, and anxiety. Oh, it's just my home screen. I thought a call was coming in. Awesome, brother.
Yeah.
This causes frustration, anxiety. I will tell you this though, when it comes to social networks, if you use it right, it is a tool. If you use it right, it's a tool. Okay. When the passing of my brother, it was a gift. We're seeing all these condolences. We're seeing the support and the love. We saw, things that the family needed to help support them, his kids and stuff. Why my brother's wife was fighting for her life. We saw the community just coming together, announcements that made certain things happen, including, the death notice and stuff like that, and all of these things. And then there's the bad side of it, news. And what's this with the run on the bank? Do you know? Because I don't know.
No, I was trying to look into it a little bit this morning,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you a cash guy or no?
Dude, cash is king, man.
Okay, so you are a cash guy.
I am a cash
guy.
guy.
Elon Musk that doesn't believe in it at all.
Well, no, I know. I know. You know what I mean? I'm a little old school in that regard. Like, believe me, I get all the digital stuff.
Yes.
But I still feel good when I have cash in my pocket.
What was the movie? Max, where it's the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. It's like there was like World War III, and now you're almost back to the medieval days, if you will, right? And they're using machinery and they know how to. But anyways, the guy was Max.
You mean like Mad Max?
Mad Max. So there was a guy that was talking, very credible guy, forget his name. Very credible guy that says that day will happen. This is he's not a gloom and doom, even though that kind of is.
Yes,
but right. He said this. He goes, money will be worthless. Money. Did you know there was a day when money, currency, dollars? Maybe we should have talked about this today because it is in the headline. That they used it to start a fire for wood because it was worthless. Or they would go to buy a loaf of bread. Remember, it was in the wheelbarrows.
Right.
I remember, a wheelbarrow.
Right.
Because it cost that much money for bread. Can you imagine? Okay.
No.
So there's this camp with this gentleman. Oh my gosh, his name's right there. Anyways, this gentleman said, it's the ones that have assets, kind of like the Indians and the Pilgrims, trading, right?
Right. Bartering, trading, that kind of
bartering. That's going to come back someday. This is what he said. 100 years from now, 10 years from now, 5, he doesn't know. But he says history will always repeat itself. Man will end up destroying themselves. Man has always have done it. Even the Egyptian days, something caused that to happen.
Right.
That being said, something's going to cause, and it's going to reset, and it's going to be that. And so going back to Elon Musk saying, he doesn't believe in currency at all because he says it's worthless. It's not even real, which I believe that. I don't believe it's backed by anything. There's multiple people, even a friend of mine, that went to the bank because going back to the movie, It's a Wonderful Life. Okay. It's a Wonderful Life. Remember the run on the bank?
Yeah.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, he was dancing with the dollar because they're still in business. Remember, if you don't have money, if you can't meet payroll, you're out of business. Legally, you're out of business.
Right.
If you can't meet payroll, you're out of business. And it was really cool because I learned, anyways, there was so many things about that movie. It's like, oh my God, this is so many lessons in a movie, especially lessons of back then. And so going back to currency, it's like, I'm the same guy that it's digital currency. Let's be honest. If I send you $2,000, good morning, Ken. Good morning. Remember, if you guys have any questions, you want to chime in on this. We are going to talk about Fucus, but if you want to chime in on this whole news thing with banks, I'm going to give you my quick response on it. Doesn't mean that it's, you have to listen to it. But and if you want to chime in, feel free. Good morning, Susie. How are you? Feel free to do it. By the way, Susie, everybody that's part of the 52 Creator, I'm back. Like, no more distractions. Not that it was a distraction. Obviously, it was a needed one. My brother's funeral and all that was over the weekend, and we had family coming in. Really hard, very hard. Longest goodbye ever. And it's never a goodbye, by the way. But at the end of the day, it's changed me in a profound way. But tonight, more training. And we'll go from there. So going back to the bank, it's you look at Elon Musk. There's no currency. If I send you $5,000 today, do you really think that a bank truck is going to come and give you that 5,000?
No.
But you want to hear something weird? You'll see a bank truck still go to the bank, and you see them leave the bank. All they're doing is for the ones that are cashing their checks. That's what that's for.
Right.
But they don't have your money there, just so you know. So
No.
a friend of mine went to pull his out, and they said they can't, that he has to wait. I think that should be illegal, but it is what it is.
Right. No, I know that they need like an X amount of day notice now, or that kind of stuff, because they don't carry, they don't have it on hand.
Yep. And I don't even know what that amount is.
Right.
Let's find out. If somebody does know for a fact, I don't need some fact checker to nix my account because
no, you know, and I've heard this, and believe me, I'm, you know, like you said, like we'll have to double check it, but I heard it somewhere, like if you ask for more than 10 grand, in some places they're 5 grand.
Oh.
They need X amount of hour notice.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That is right in my eye. Yeah. Wow. Okay. You know what? I'm okay with it. I'm not a naysayer. Tell me how long. Tim, 2 weeks and we'll have it for you. All right, cool.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, I know, but if you're doing
I know.
Yeah, right. I mean, I think it's usually a day or like 24 hours or 48 hours or that, you know, that.
Yeah,
that
you want to hear something profound?
Yeah.
Or what happens? What could you do to change that day? So I
mean, obviously you can write a check.
You could write a check. You could do a bank wire.
Right.
Because it's not real. It's just
right. No, for sure.
It's numbers, you know. So yeah, let's get off of that though. So let's recap real quick that, you know, obviously there is a thing going on with banks. Let it play out, folks. You even have Dan Bongino kind of like panicking a little bit. He's like, go buy food. And I'm like, really, dude? Like, I like the guy. And he's a very conservative guy, but I don't think it's going to come down to that. Now, I'm not going to tell you not to. My brother did this, and I think the freezer is still full. He begged me to do it. So, Ted, I'm fine. You know why I'm fine? Because I know you have the food. I'm kidding. I'm fine. Anyways, that being said, I'm not going to panic. I'm kind of like a, I kind of hedge against, you know, what's happened throughout history, and you can see these same things that's come out. So just work through it. Don't panic. I don't think you need to run to the bank and pull your money. I really don't. If it got to the point where everybody loses their money, the country as a whole is bankrupt then.
That's right.
Yes or yes?
Yes.
So I would not worry about that. Meanwhile, here's what I would worry about. And it's YOU. Worry about you, like being better, being more focused, being more present, being more concerning, being there for your family. That's what I would be working on. Stay away from the media. When it comes to stuff like that, it's going to depress you. There's nothing you can do about it. You got to be in the know somewhat. Just be prepared by being better, right? And so let's talk about that right now. Fucus. One of my guys, he says, Tim, I went from making my first million, and he's, once again, full disclosure, once again, yes, we're going to talk about money once in a while. We're not all about money. We're about what it can do. It's a tool. So if we talk about it, just know that that's what it's about. We're not about the Lambos, like you said, D. D, if you can watch that too. If anyone has a question, and just go back and forth.
Yep. Nice.
If you do have a question and want to be part or participate in the conversation, please do it. Okay. So Fucus, he goes, Tim, I call it my circle of focus. And he says, I don't care what it is I'm working on. I look at what's going to either move the needle or what's needed right now for the business project. If you're working on a project right now, you need to just flesh it out. Let's say you're a trainer. Let's say you're going to train. I have somebody that's going to, I'm not going to say the platform's name because he's going to move over to ours. So I think that's cool. And it's because he can't link out. Can you imagine where he would have been if he linked out? listen to this, 2.5 million teaching his skill. And when I say skill, it's like, wow. Like I'll put it this way. It's kind of like gardening. Okay. He has a skill that's very popular, and he has a voice in a way that just emulates what do I want to call it? Authority. Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm almost hooked. I'm like, I almost want to learn that. Okay. Susan, Susie, she has a skill for women. So she's micro niching down. She needs to focus on what is the next thing I need to do. What is the next thing I need to do to get that? We're doing that now with something, right?
Yeah.
What did I say to you before we got here? Multiple what? Yesterday.
Oh, multiple streams?
No, multiple distractions.
Oh, well, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
I went against my, yes, multiple streams is a plus. I went against my own rule, and I allowed to be on other people's schedules, meaning it wasn't scheduled on my schedule. It was what's called pattern interrupts. Be careful of pattern interrupts. If you could keep notes, and then we'll put it in the comments, folks, and like a PDF. That's a teaser too. Get into the group, put that up. Everything we discuss on live, we're going to we will actually have a synopsis of it, or a transcript of it, and also a PDF for you. Okay. So feel free to do that. Meanwhile, and then Linkboard, if you're not a member of Linkboard, get in, because this is going to be the foundation too, that we're going to go deep on tonight. So tonight we're talking about building your foundation of passive income so you can now move forward, because what's the worst thing for people that are creators is they run out of money.
Right.
What's the best way to handle that but having $10,000 a month coming in every month? Matter of fact, just recently, I'm going to forget his name. Mark Cuban. No, not Mark Cuban. One of the shark guys. Oh, shoot. Almost had it. It'll come to me. He said this. Grant Cardone asked him, if you were down to your last million, what would you do? He goes, oh, wow, that's a good question. He goes, it would go into some sort of an asset. He goes, well, what would it be? Of course, Grant's wanting the real estate thing. He goes, definitely real estate. Grant lit up like a Christmas tree because, Grant sells his stuff.
Right.
And he says, now, why would you do that? He goes, because I would have passive income. So now I'm no longer living in stress. Part of focus, folks, is that you do not live in stress. And I'm going to help you with that today. The hard stop is, I have a 9:30, so the hard stop is 9:15. So if you could be aware, and I'm going to hurry with this.
Okay.
So he says, I would invest in a multiple stream. So he would invest in something that's going to pay him monthly, so then he can work on what he needs to do to build his empire. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does.
Foundation.
Right. That's right.
We're going to show you foundation principles right now. Even if you don't know what that is, we're going to teach you tonight, which, by the way, is 100% free.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the focus part. So Dave says this, Tim, I have this circle of focus. So imagine a circle of focus. And by the way, I have a PDF that shows this whole thing all diagrammed out. I have the circle of focus. Now imagine it like a pie. So I have this focus, 100% focus on this one thing that's going to move the needle. This one thing that's going to make a project get to the finish line. This one thing that's going to make, let's say you got a charity or something. My nieces focused on their mom. They're now mourning the death of my brother. Right. Now that's at an extreme. But folks, this is not just about business. This is about life. Exactly. If I don't focus on my wife, what happens?
Right. You don't have one.
It's called divorce court.
Right.
You gotta manage it. You gotta be able to manage that in a good way. But at the end of the day, you gotta do away with. Here's another thing that Mark, as well as Alan, always said: be a creator or a producer. Don't be a consumer. Oh, that's profound.
That really is.
So think about where this gets people in trouble. If you're a consumer on social media, meaning you're sitting down the rabbit hole and you're just doing this all day, and a lot of people do. Right. So I'm singing to the choir right now. Like, a lot of people do this.
I know, man. Trust me. I get on there for something, and next thing I know, I'm like, what did I get on here for 2 minutes later? Because I'm scrolling through stuff.
It is it's a dopamine to the brain. It's a dopamine to the brain. You got to control that, because he says this. He says, first of all, it causes anxiety, depression, because there's that whole, oh, people are doing better than me. Don't worry about that stuff. You can get there yourself. More importantly, he says, be a producer. You be the one producing that content. Don't be the consumer of it.
Right.
Holy crap, if that's not profound.
No, that's right.
Profound.
That's right.
Focus on the thing.
You know, and it's funny because I was talking about this the other day to my daughter. I'm like, listen, there's always going to be someone out there with more. Always.
Yeah. Yes.
Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? There's going to be someone out there with less. There's going to be someone out there with more. You know what I mean? Stay on your path, live your life, you know, do what you need to do, you know?
Wait, how old's your daughter?
10.
She's already thinking this way? That's
Yeah. Yeah, I know, dude. I know. She is super smart. And
fantastic.
I mean, like, it's funny, like, watching her clue in on stuff that never used to, you know?
Yeah.
Like, she likes to have talks, and she likes to have talks, and she, you know what I mean? You know, be none of the wiser. Now it's like, oh, wait a minute, you know?
Isn't that something? Yeah, they're so, you do have to also help control that a little bit, folks. If you think you have a focus problem, can you imagine these kids that are on these gadgets all day? Like, it's sad. Some people use it as a babysitter. I find it the most horrible thing. It's not the most horrible, but you get the point. Right. Not good. Focus is everything. You're going to set them up for failure in life, because they're going to hate school because they can't be on a device. And they're going to get so used to pattern interrupts that they're never going to go anywhere. So you got to be careful of that. The other thing is, so he says, imagine the circle of focus. Now imagine you breaking up as a pie, and it's like, okay, I got to focus on this one thing, but I have to make a YouTube channel. I have to make Facebook. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to, before you know it, you got like 3% going to the thing that you're supposed to do.
Right.
Instead of doing that, if you can delegate, if you need it, great. Find somebody to do it if you have some ruples to do that. If not, you work on the thing first and get it done. Then the next thing you need to do is, how is the world going to find out about it? Then what you're going to do is you're going to maybe learn ads. One ad, Facebook, wherever you think your audience is, that's where you want that ad to go.
Right.
You're going to learn just that, not TikTok, not YouTube, not Facebook, Instagram. One, maybe it's Instagram. Maybe it's Pinterest. If you're a foodie, one of the guys, I'm almost blowing it out here, made his first million on Pinterest. What?
Right.
I didn't know Pinterest could have been, and of course it is now when you really pay attention to it, because he's kind of like Grub Guys. Like, Grub Guys would win big on Pinterest. Didn't know that. So my social influence, or my social network right now, which is my social circle, which is part of my social focus, game changer for me. Game changer. Like, I'm really leveling up. Yesterday, once again, I had all these pattern interrupts. I have to do away with that. Okay. I'm redesigning my schedule. Lori's going to manage that a lot for me, and watch how much gets done. Right. So remember, the social, or your circle of focus, needs to be one thing, get it done. The next thing you need to do is not be on social media. Do not be a consumer, be a producer. Especially if you have a brand, especially if you're doing great things. What you want to do is work on that and make content around it. And because you got to get known, like Grant Cardone said, become known. If you want to own your own thing, become known. Right. Okay. You want to be able to do that. Okay. We did an audit Sunday, and that audit, now listen, I do a lot of right things as well. Just so you know, I'm not going to totally take it on the chin. I do a lot of right things. Matter of fact, this group loves a lot of the stuff that I've done, and you and I are involved in, and another business member as well. And they're like, and then we went to we literally did an analysis on what's not working and what we need to fix. Okay. Too many people want things from you. And I'm like, I kind of knew that, but I'm like, he goes, no, In a weird way, it's kind of good because they need things from you. But in the bad way is now you're a slave to that. We got to redesign that. So
Right.
we redesigned that thing, right? Ooh, I got to turn that off. Can you imagine if that rang through the
That was
man?
pretty good though. I know. So, like throw it in the trash.
Folks, devices are a tool. Don't let it consume you.
Right. Don't be a
Let it
slave to it.
become a tool.
Right. Let it enhance your life. Don't be a slave to it. You know?
Without a doubt. We even with what happened to my brother, Facebook became a tool because that's where the people were. It reminded me of when I remember the story of how I found Facebook. There was the thing that was going, a tragedy once again in Virginia Tech. That's how everybody learned about years and years and years ago.
Right. That's
Facebook.
right.
Ironically, it was a tragedy that came into my life, and it became a tool as a compound, a messaging board for family, friends, figuring out what's going on. How's Sandy doing? Can you imagine if we got 2,400 phone calls?
Right.
Where they knew if they wanted to be updated, go to Facebook. We're going to do it there. We also had a group for certain people. And at the end of the day, that's where it was done. It was a tool. It was also a tool for the community. They saw amazing things. I had people that didn't even know me say, Tim, this changed me. This changed me. We had people come up to us, call us by name. Once again, we don't know them, but they felt like they kind of knew us because we were doing updates or they saw this stuff. And they said, and by the way, I didn't even know about Biz Morning. I'm starting to watch that. And it was, I can't catch it live, but I catch the replay. How cool is that? We can make an impact with Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Once again, now, Pinterest, like find the thing and focus on that. But you got to do ads too. We'll talk about that later. But, and now family, focus. When you go to dinner, don't lay this on the table. If you have a purse, put it in the purse. If you're a guy, put it in your pocket, or if you have a suit, put it in the side pocket. Be present. Be 100% present.
Right. You know, I've had my ringer turned off for basically about 2 years now on my phone. I don't have it on because you're in the middle of something in your phone rings. You're like, oh, you know, and I just don't want it to dictate what I do.
Do you ever notice that when I call you, I let it ring 4 times and I know that, so I just stop? I know you're going to call me back.
Well, exactly.
I don't have to say anything. I don't have to say voicemail. I don't have to message you. Sometimes we do if we have to do something, but or I'll Vox you. Vox is a good one,
right?
Because
no, for sure.
It's not a pattern interrupt. It's like, hey, when you get a chance, give me a call.
Well, exactly. I'll work it in. Maybe work it in the workflow.
Yes, and I'm going to leave it at that. So, lastly, don't have pattern interrupts. Don't answer your phone. I mean, unless it's emergency.
Right.
Okay. We have a deal. Text us 911. Like, hey, call me right away.
Right.
Something like that. Okay. Right. Maybe you don't want it to be that bad.
Right.
Like, hey, this is important. Call me, because you don't want to panic.
No.
But at the end of the day, there's that. But or you have a special ringer. Okay. Because you can do that for notifications.
Yep.
So just remember, don't be on somebody else's schedule. I mean, sometimes you have to if you have fun.
No, for sure. That's no, 100%. But we definitely need to wrap up.
Yes. Already. Hard stop. 9:15.
First time you know what I mean? Be like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we got training tonight. It is pre-recorded, but it's good, amazing training. It's going to go deeper with this, but more importantly, it's the foundation. We're going to build upon that foundation. Everyone that's in part of the 52 Creator, this is where the big giant steps happen now, especially Saturday. Saturday's insane. Like, it is a little intensive. So it is an intensive class, but you're going to learn so much between tonight and Saturday. And then it's time to make the product. Okay. Right. So if you want to go pro, just like Dave said, his circle of focus, when he did that, he made his first $1 million. Then he went to 5 million really quick. We're going to talk about that tonight. Already, talk to you all. Have a blessed week. We'll see you tonight or as well as Saturday. Jubilant, thank you. show. Always have a wonderful day. Yes, thank you. And we'll see you folks next week as well. Peace out.
All right.